This is going to be a rough video to make. I'm actually kind of scared to release this. So, I just beat Black Ops 2 a couple days ago. We already talked about zombies and everything, so we're not even going to worry about covering zombies. We're going to talk about multiplayer and campaign. So I am going to get multiplayer out of the way first, because this multiplayer was my childhood. A lot of people, it was either the first Black Ops or Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare 3. I didn't play Modern Warfare 3 that much because I was busy playing zombies on Black Ops. I didn't play the the multiplayer for Black Ops that much because I was playing zombies. However, I just decided in Black Ops 2 that I wanted to play multiplayer. I wanted to get really good at sniping. So I spent years playing that, and it's still today the only multiplayer that I've really played for Call of Duty, besides Warzone. And it's iconic. The maps are just the best, and the weapons are also very much the best. The kill streaks are pretty good, and it's been a while since I played against actual players. I was using bots for a while. The bot stuff is actually pretty good if you know what you're doing. So now that that's out of the way, let's talk about the story. This is going to be very controversial, but I feel that this campaign is where Call of Duty started its decline. A lot of people point at Call of Duty Ghosts, but after playing from from Modern Warfare 1 all the way up to now, something just feels off in this one. Now, the story itself of Alex and David Mason and Raul Menendez and jumping from the 80s to the 2020s, very cool idea, very cool concept, some very cool missions. But I don't know, just some of the, like, I don't even want to say acting, I don't want to say, I couldn't put my finger on it, but just something felt off the whole game. And Black Ops 2 honestly has the most ambitious, most well-done campaign, but just something feels off about it. So to quickly summarize the story, we're not going to hit the beats that change, but we will talk about basically what happens. So the year is 2025, which is 2 years off from now, and we follow Section, aka David Mason, who is the son of Black Ops 1's Alex Mason. There is a threatening terrorist attack going on by a group called Cortes Dia, run by a man named Raul Menendez. They are trying to solve what's going on, so they go to none other than Frank Woods, who is thought to be dead at the time, but is actually been alive. And how we solve that is the first mission is saving Woods. You go back to the 70s, actually. This is the only mission that takes place in the 70s, if I remember right. Where Mason and Hudson go to save Woods. Hudson's now voiced by Michael Keaton too, which is pretty cool, being that Batman is your partner through half the game. But yeah, so basically what happens is you rescue Woods as Alex Mason. So we're going to actually talk about this chronologically, just so it's easier not to bounce back and forth. But yeah, you go and you save Woods, where you guys are then sent to find and kill this Raul Menendez, who was torturing Woods. He is a drug cartel leader who basically kind of, before he was in the cartel, had a rough life. He lost his family. All he had left was his sister. You're using tips from a dictator that actually existed that I never heard of before, but I guess he was like a Nicaraguan or Panamanian dictator, He's kind of telling you where this Menendez is. As Menendez gets captured, he breaks out, knocks out the dictator, and then chases through the city to get back to his sister, only to be stopped by Woods, who, after everything he'd been through in the prison camp, tries to kill Menendez with a grenade, ends up killing his sister. This leads to a slippery slope of Menendez going crazy and like crazier than usual and putting a vendetta out against Woods and Mason and Hudson. So during this too, I think I might have skipped ahead a little bit. Yes, I did. I'm sorry. Or no, actually, I did not. So after that, they're sent on certain missions to like help a Chinese General Zhao, to help protect Pakistan during the Operation Desert Storm, where they give you intel on where Menendez is, but you'll never guess who is there. Kravchenkov, which actually I did... No, that is correct. I'm sorry. Like I said, this bounces back and forth, so it's hard to kind of remember where you're at. I don't think that was the problem of the game. We'll talk more about that in a second. But yeah, so they have Kravchenkov there, where you end up either killing or Woods kills Kravchenkov. And that there's many different like choices in this game, which is great because it leads to many different outcomes for the ending. But yeah, I feel like the Kravchenkov thing happened earlier because then you get turned on by the people. I don't think you get turned on by Zhao's people. So I might be mixing that up. It was early in the game where this happens. But yeah, so you find out Menendez's location. You take the dictator with you, or you're supposed to actually defame him, but plans change last minute, and you're supposed to trade him off with Raul Menendez. So, as you do that, playing as Woods, you're told by Hudson to shoot Menendez. So you shoot him and run over and find out that it's Mason. And this was all a trap by Menendez the whole time. He shoots off the kneecaps of Woods and kills Hudson. He also does shoot off the kneecaps of Hudson, but and leaves David Mason to be forever scarred about his father's death. Jump forward 40 years, Menendez is coming back again, and basically they're trying to stop whatever Cortes Dia is, which is a actual cyber attack rewriting the entire military so that way it can attack its people at very big locations like Los Angeles and stuff like that. So during this you also get strikes missions, which I did for the first time, which are optional missions where you use units and kind of like plan out defenses, attacks, stuff like that, which were pretty fun. I was able to do 4 out of 5 because of a certain decision I made. But yeah, so anyways, you first have to figure out what Menendez's reasoning or his plan is, and you find out that it is to hack all military devices. Then you have to figure out why he's doing or how he's going to do that, where you find out this thing called karma, which ends up being the tattoo on somebody who is the only person in the world that's able to stop this hacking. So you either save her or let her get captured, and then you try to have your inside man gather more information. But he is actually made. So he either has to kill Harper, which is your partner, or try to shoot Menendez. And then the mission after that is Menendez being captured and invading the aircraft that you're in. in that either the admiral can get killed or spared, depending on past decisions. Either Karma or Chloe, who aka Karma, dies or is able to stop the defenses, and so on and so forth. Then you are transported to LA, where you have to protect the president. When the president is protected, you find out where Menendez is, and you go and you take him out in Haiti. So either you can kill him or spare him. And then the game ends. And the game has multiple endings, so I'm not even going to get into it because there's so much different endings you can do. There are also major changes in the game. Like I mentioned, that the strike mission, the last strike mission, I couldn't do because I ended up killing the admiral. If the admiral is killed, then the aircraft carrier is compromised. You have no base of operations to be able to do the last strike mission. And stuff like if you shoot Mason in the head or in the chest, he can either survive or not. If you kill Menendez, Cortes Dio takes full strike and the entire world is thrown into chaos. If you spare him, Menendez kills Woods. So yeah, there's like, and that's just a few things. Not even going into the detail, like actually doing a certain strike mission will give you reinforcements on the final mission, like stuff like that. So there's a lot to factor in, and that's like a very impressive thing, especially for the time. And this is the first Call of Duty that actually has like separated cinematics, where like for like it used to be loading screens, you get like intel dump and like pictures and stuff like that. This you had actual like, there's a part where David is talking to Woods, and Woods finds out that, or David finds out how his father died. And it's just done pretty well, except the camera's very shaky for some reason. But like stuff like that, which I thought was also really cool and great. But for whatever reason, like I said, it just feels like off. Like something's missing, like the magic is missing from the last 5 games. And I don't know why that is. It doesn't make sense, but it's like in my gut. This is kind of where the decline started. So, I am going to give, I think I gave Zombies like a 8 out of 10 on it, or a 7 out of 10. Multiplayer is a 10 out of 10, but that is with nostalgia goggles on. And I give the story 8 out of 10. Part of me wants to make it lower, part of me wants to make it higher, but I don't know what it is. It's just something's missing. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and follow me on all my social media down below. It's that Nerd Ryan, signing off.